I do the intro?
Yeah, do you
Okay. Hey guys, coming back at you with part 3 of Owolabby and Gina's sex video. No, that sounds so wrong. Oh my god, no, I'm sorry.
Sex Q&A. Sex Q&A.
I'm never doing another intro
enjoy
again.
the video.
Control, just let me know. When you let me go, I lose control.
Baby, you're my lover, lover, undercover lover, see your body moving.
Welcome back to another video. Welcome to the series. Hope y'all are being entertained and educated over the course of the past 2 videos. So let's get right into it. Do you tell the person your preferences before sex, or do you just like go with the flow?
I am really demanding. And people who I've had sex with would tell you, but if they did, I would probably want to kill them. But if like they did, if they did tell you, then they would definitely say that like I'm more of the dominant one in bed. I definitely like being dominated as well, but definitely a more dominant person in bed. So yeah, absolutely. I tell the person what I want, what I like. If they're doing a good job, I voice my opinion, and if they're doing not a good job, then I voice my opinion.
So you wouldn't fake an orgasm?
I wouldn't have faked an orgasm. I would never fake an orgasm. No.
You better do it right.
This is going so well. I like it a lot. No. So yeah, no. If it's not feeling good, then why would you lie to your man about that? You're giving them false direction. You're making them think that what they're doing is what you like.
And you're not even enjoying it yourself.
And you're not enjoying it, which is the most important part about sex, is like that you both enjoy it. Definitely you guys can have times where you're more focused on one partner's pleasure than the other, but you know, it should be a pretty equal thing in sex, that you guys should both be giving and receiving equal amounts of, you know, orgasms, I guess. Actually, no, that's not true, because men cannot orgasm multiple times in a row. Women can.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
It's like a journey though.
Ours is a journey?
Yeah.
Please elaborate.
It's like,
I love the male perspective of like, oh, vaginas, what are they? Oh,
No,
it's
it's
so
not like
hard to figure out.
It's not like it's hard, but like...
Nah. Go on.
It's like... For guys, it's like more like a direct process. Women's like... It'll be here, and then it gradually works its way up.
Whose vagina is like a mouse maze? Like, what do you mean? It's a... What do you mean?
What do I mean?
What are you saying?
I mean, like...
Are you trying to like describe a graph, or are you describing the shape of a man's penis and the shape of a woman's vagina?
No, graph.
Okay, what? Because I was done. I was walking out of here and being like, this boy's touched some really kinky women's vaginas.
Opinions on having sex whilst pregnant.
So I am not pregnant, and nor have I ever been pregnant. And hopefully I won't be anytime soon. Knock on wood. But I've had a lot of friends that have been pregnant, and you know, I'm really close with a lot of people, and we talk about this kind of stuff. So pregnancy, it can be different. It's different for everybody. And from what I've heard, sex can be sometimes painful when you're having sex while pregnant. Yeah. But it can also like be the best sex you have ever had. Your hormones are super, hyped up kind of thing. Your nerves are a lot more sensitive. Your nipples are a lot more sensitive.
Let me suck your titties, baby. No.
And this goes for like after giving birth too, kind of thing. But yeah, so just definitely when you get pregnant, and obviously you want to continue having sex through your pregnancy, because girl, that would be a long 9 months. Yeah, definitely go talk to your doctor about it and see what to do, what not to do. I know for a fact that my friend who got pregnant, she like heard from her doctor, like, you do not blow into the vagina. Not that like ladies like that ever, please don't do that. That's fucking weird. What do you stop? But it can be really dangerous for the fetus inside of the like cervix kind of thing. So if any air got into there, then there could be like some deformities or some problems with the baby's development. So definitely talk to your, OBGYN or like just a regular GP kind of thing. But yeah, no, sex while you're pregnant can be like the most amazing thing because you know you're just so much more alert. You're more sensitive.
Is there anything you won't do during sex?
Anything that I
will
want to
not
do?
put anything up my butt.
Why not?
Because I don't roll that way, and I will not eat.
Come on.
I will not eat the booty like groceries.
What? Everybody doing it. Chris Brown, Nicki Minaj, Janae Aiko. Shit, I want my booty ate like groceries.
Bitch, all these goddamn groceries we just bought and you think your ass was what's on my mind?
Don't.
Nah, bro.
Why?
Nah, that's not me.
No?
I don't roll that way. But like, I'll do everything else though.
I'm not gonna get into it too much, but you know, that's just personal. But no, I'm kidding. I'm definitely getting into it. No, I definitely like the idea or like the, you know, the dream of if a partner is interested in doing something, then
You will entertain it?
I would be interested in trying it once at least. That's how I would feel. That's not to say that I would try something that would make me totally uncomfortable. If my partner wanted to do it and it made me uncomfortable, I'd be like, no. But like, if it wasn't unreasonable and you could see like, oh, you might not be like into it, but you've also never tried it before, then it might be worth trying. I don't know. I think that like for girls, personally, it's there's a lot less stigma around putting things up your butt. But for guys, you never know. I don't know. I've never been a guy and tried it, but you guys have prostates, and that's like a G spot for your ass. So here you go. Oh, is that another question? Okay, moving on. Next question. We'll come back.
Are you a giver or receiver?
Of what?
Like just
Bro,
in general,
what?
are you more of a giver or are you more of a receiver?
Again, I like things equal.
Yeah.
Okay, so but touching back on like that previous question, a lot of girls refuse to give blowjobs, and like that is fine, that is their preference.
But just expected that.
I really like giving them. So.
Yo, cause like
that's just my
I guess
preference.
because you like the reaction you get.
Yeah, and it's like super trusting. Like the person that you're with really has to trust you to be down there, kind of thing. So I think that it's like really important to. I don't know.
I guess
to trust the person. That's like, in my opinion, if you can really enjoy a blowjob. If you can really enjoy a blowjob, then it's probably because like you trust the person and that you don't have to worry about them, you know, down there kind of thing. Yeah. So you just kind of sit back, relax, and enjoy it. And like that's one of the things that I really like about it is the trusting aspect of it is how I feel super. I've been given a lot of power. Yeah. I'm power hungry. That's such a bad euphemism, but just gonna have like an emoji of a dick. Are you allowed to do that? Okay, of an eggplant. Boop.
I think even that is like it's mad intimate too. Like I mean, I guess would you say it's more intimate than sex?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would think so. Which is really like kind of like hypocritical of me because I will definitely, you know, do oral things before I have sex.
Oh shit.
But I think that sex is less intimate than blowjobs.
That's your mouth.
Yeah. But not even that. It's such a step forward. Sex can definitely be very intimate, don't get me wrong. There's the whole aspect of like, let's say you're doing like missionary or something like that. There's definitely the aspect of like being able to look into each other's eyes, being able to kiss them passionately. But I think that like oral stuff is really intimate as well, just because like, again, there's that super deep level of trust that you are trusting that person down there. It's super, like, I don't know, I remember my first time giving and receiving, and it was super kind of uncomfortable because I could tell that, like, you feed off of other people's emotions, right? So you could tell that other person was kind of like giggly or something, or like, or if they were super kind of like uncomfortable because they had only ever masturbated before and that they haven't received a blowjob kind of thing. So it's like a really intimate thing that, you know, you've let them, you've entrusted them to do this to you and not to like make fun of you because you're in a really vulnerable spot. Like, you don't know if your vagina is different from other people's. Like, I recently found out, not recently, like I'm saying like within the past 3 years, that there's like a lot of different types of vaginas out there, kind of thing. And like if you watch porn, they kind of have like a specific kind of vagina. Like they have either like the really like sleek looking ones with like perfect labias and that kind of stuff, and then they have like ones that have like thicker labias and like longer ones and stuff like that. So like that's all you basically see in porn, and that's all you're ever exposed to. So I feel like that is a lot different. But like, and then like I just like recently in the past couple of years was told that like there's no one vagina alike. There's no two vaginas alike. So it's definitely kind of like, wow, okay, so you don't know if your vagina is weird because like you've never asked a girlfriend, or I haven't ever asked a girlfriend being like, hey, is your pussy shaped like mine? Like, I don't know. I've never asked that. And I feel like a lot of people don't ask that. Not that I think people should ask that, because that's kind of like really weird. But it's definitely like weird, but oh my god, we're gonna fix. It's definitely weird, but also you have to kind of be comfortable with your own, and you know, each person is unique, and each, you know, genital area is unique. And it's the same thing with guys. Like, no two dicks are alike. Some are circumcised, some are uncircumcised, some are big, some are small. Most are small. Moving on.
How much blood is there when you pop your cherry?
Okay, so that was in the first segment, right, that we did. When I lost my virginity, I didn't actually pop my cherry or like break my hymen kind of thing, so I didn't experience any blood loss. But a lot of people don't understand that not everybody is born with a hymen, first of all, so inability to be popped is there for a lot of people. Second of all, a lot of people pop it way before they start having sex, kind of thing. You can pop it by putting in a tampon. You can pop it by fingering yourself for the first time. You can even pop it by riding a fucking bike. Like, that's what happened to my mom. She told me, she was like, oh, like, I remember when I think she was like 13 or something, and she was like, I was riding my bike and I hit a bump and I hurt myself. Like, she kind of like bumped into it, and it just like, she got home and her underwear were filled with blood and she thought she was dying. And it was like, okay, so like some people it happens just if you're super into exercise and stuff like that, then you have a chance of popping it then. Some people are born without it, and I don't know if I was born without it or if I popped mine previously, or if it happened like the first time that I had my period and I was putting in a tampon. Like, I have no idea. And another thing that people really don't know and that they don't understand is that there is such a negative connotation around the like, if your cherry's not popped, then you're good, but if your cherry's popped, then that means that you've had sex. And I'm talking more about like the religious people that are like, save yourself for marriage kind of thing. First of all, there's no fucking way a doctor can ever look at a vagina and tell whether or not they are a virgin. There's no way. Absolutely no way. There is a way that a doctor can look at a vagina and tell if you've ever given birth before, but that's because of your cervix, and like that's a little bit different. But definitely, like, people need to know, and they don't know this information, that you cannot tell whether or not you've, lost your virginity or not. So some people are born without hymens, some people pop them, but it heals and makes it look like you never even had one in the first place. So, unless doctors are following you from birth and they know that you had a hymen and then looked at it later and it's like, oh, it's not there. Like, a lot of people think that it's like, I don't know. What did you think a hymen was? Like, what do you think a cherry, popping a cherry is? What do you think you do to pop it?
I just thought it was bleeding. That was it.
Yeah, but how do you, why does it only happen once or something like that? Like, when you do pop a cherry, it only happens once. Yeah. And then it heals to make it look like you never even had a hymen in the first place. Do you know what a hymen is, Owolabby?
No, I do not.
You do not know what a hymen is? Okay, so...
Hold up. We'll save that for the next part of the video.
Okay. You need to come back and watch the next one. Suspenseful.
Alright, enjoy. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Much love, peace and joy. Namaste. And yeah, see you in the next video.
You need to find out. Okay. Come back.
Me know. When you let me go, I lose control.
Baby, you're my lover, undercover lover. See your body moving crazy.